Welcome to Shadow of the Broker. We're actually doing it's kind of special way back Wednesday. This isn't actually a mission that we've done before, but chronologically it happens before the events that we are in the midst of right now. So this is a modified encounter from Sons of Fortune, and the original name, actually, well, I won't say anything. I'll tell you guys the original name later. So let's get to introductions. First up is Alro.
Yes. So are we treating this like what our character would have been doing back then, or just a regular intro?
Well, just give a short intro of your character as is right now, but then, obviously
Okay.
you're stepping into the past, so.
Yes. So she is a Zexto mechanic technician kind of girl, and her parents were evil Imperials who operated on her and experimented on her, and she was raised by droids, and now she is trying to hunt them down to find out why they did that.
Alright, next up is Hax 87.
Otherwise played by Jack, who might actually be there. The Hax 87 is one of these more modified versions of the HAX series medical droid. He has been more augmented for combat than any of his other specifications that have been encountered by the team, and he might actually have been here. Who knows?
Alright, cool. Next up is Riz, playing Eve.
Sorry, the hotkey to unmute was not working. Anyway, I will be playing Evelyn. Basically, when she was young, she and her family were tricked into slavery. Hutt sold her, slave trader sold her to Bodo the Hutt, where she worked there as his kind of enforcer for a while. But then, at one point in time, the broker agents came and destroyed Bodo's hut and killed Bodo, and so she kind of escaped with them and is now just working with them.
Alright, cool. Next up we've got Taylor playing Chim Chim.
I play Chimagura, also known as Chim Chim. He's an Ewok assassin, and he rides a Rix named Gotum. And depending on how long ago this happened, he may or may not be actively planning to steal a Star Destroyer.
And next up is Gristle.
Hi, I'll be playing Gristelavar's Vex, also known as Gristle. He's a Shistavan Wolfman. He's a doctor and a charmer. At the moment, he's kind of hanging around with crew. Recently became an actual agent and is using his medical skills and his charm to keep everyone from dying a lot more than usual. So, yeah, there we go.
Yep. And last but not least, we've got Brandon playing Saber.
Saber is a Zygerian Neiman disciple, aggressor, peacekeeper. He's a dark side force user that is currently trying to recover.
Alright, so for this mission, you guys are heading to Selonia, and actually, we're going to do something a little bit different here. You guys tell me why Broker's agents were sent to Selonia. We'll actually make it canon with whatever you guys figure out. So, why are you guys going there? And by the way, does anyone not know Selonia? Just player-wise.
Player-wise, no. I think I'm aware.
Okay.
Maybe the broker's interested in the trade of Nanarium root, which Gristle is interested in because he uses it a lot.
Okay.
It's not a legal drug, but it does have mind-enhancing capabilities if you concentrate while using it.
And is this something that's actually grown on?
It's grown in the Corellian system, or in the different Corellian worlds.
Okay.
It's
You know,
from that
actually, that could make sense because one of the things about Selonia is that most of the population, the vast majority, lives underground, and so the surface of the planet is pretty much uninhabited. It's a watery world that is dotted with lots of small islands. So I could see that maybe one of these islands, maybe the broker wants to set up an operation, an Nanarium root operation. I like it. Any other ideas? Okay, so yeah, we're going to say that that is what's going on. Oh, and by the way, if someone can actually do a mission report, since this one isn't something that we've actually played before, that would be great.
Okay. I can do that.
Awesome. And you guys fly to Selonia. I'll give you guys a moment to read up on some of the information there. I mean, this is a major planet in the Corellian system, so there would be lots of basic information that you guys would probably have. Maybe not all the cultural information, so don't read too far, but certainly feel free to read just the planet specs. And as you can see, it doesn't have major continents like a lot of the other terrestrial planets in the Corellian system, and most of what goes on is underground. And you guys are actually heading towards Skazmir's Den. That's what the cities are called. And basically with dens, that's the main unit of the Selonian society. And actually, before we go forward, I'll let all of you guys do a hard knowledge xenology check or knowledge education. And, I will, just to give you guys some light side points, I'm going to upgrade the first 2 rolls. So, who's going first?
I'll take it.
All right.
Boop. No, we're not very good, are we?
I didn't even upgrade it, so ignore mine.
I have ranks. I can upgrade mine. I have ranks in xenology.
Okay. Go ahead and roll it. You didn't have to upgrade yours, but well, we'll just count it like that. That's fine. The next people don't have to. Oh my gosh.
I don't think anyone knows about this.
This planet is apparently beneath our notice.
Oh wow. Okay, so
knows.
Saber knows that one of the interesting things about Selonian society is that even though they're mammals, they have a structure that's very similar to insects, actually, eusociality. So it's dominated by, or not dominated, but it's predominantly infertile females, and there is one fertile female per something like 500 Selonians, and then the males are very rare as well, and there's only 1 per 100 infertile females. So that's what you know. I won't say anything more because of that threat. So as you enter the atmosphere, it's mostly water, lots of stormy skies. That's one thing. The weather is not so great on Selonia, so you probably think that's one of the contributing factors for why their society developed underground, because of the storms, but you guys are fine. No one needs to make any piloting checks. Keep moving on. Very kind of an austere beauty to the planet. As mentioned before, it is relatively undeveloped on the surface, so this is actually, and this will be more just for players, your characters don't know this, but this is one of the reasons why Selonians avoided slavery by the Rakata, because when the Infinite Empire expanded into their Corellian sector, they pretty much thought that this world was uninhabited, except for a few sparse settlements. They didn't realize that most of Selonians were underground. And you land near one of the openings to Skazmir's den, and you are greeted by some guards. They know that you're there, and they lead you into the tunnel network. Do you guys want to ask any questions, do anything, make any notes while you guys are heading into Skazmir's den proper?
How's it spelled, first of all?
Oh, it is Scasmir. S. It's not possessive. It's just Skazmir's den. The guards are a little bit curt with you, and they pretty much live up to the stereotype of insular Selonians. These Selonians are not like Selonians on Corellia. This is their home world. Even though you are heading towards a major city, that isn't all Selonians. It's still, they're quite abrupt. They're not very friendly with you guys. And I'm not going to be able to see the chat because of alt tabbing to a bunch of windows. So if you need me to see something, let me know.
Okay. So do they have are there like spaceports? Do we land like in through a tunnel or?
So you actually, it's not actually like a standard spaceport. It's almost like more like various pads that off-worlder spaceships can land on, and then you're led underground. There are some, you do know that there are some underground hangars, but those are strictly reserved for Selonians themselves.
Okay, so we're being led basically. So we have
Yes.
guards. Okay.
Yeah, and one thing that you guys notice is that even though there are just two guards on you, you definitely notice that you're being watched from like various vantage points amongst the stalactites and stalagmites.
As
Right.
we're being led down, Hax is going to ask the guards, "Are your viviparous females operating at optimal efficiency?"
And the Selonians just say, "None of your business, droid."
Oh, unfortunate. I can provide fertilization stimulation if the need arises.
Calm down, Hax. It's best to start some small talk before going into fertilization. So I guess
I was only offering services I can provide.
no, it's okay. It's better to warm them up to that sort of thing first.
Very well.
So, anything happening in the city lately?
To get information, you're going to need to do a charm check. So it's going to be 2 setbacks due to xenophobia, and I'm going to say that the difficulty is 1 red, 2 purple, with 2 setbacks.
Okay. I'll downgrade it, and I can remove the setbacks. Gristle's furry enough to kind of be a little more of a departure from the normal Corellian humans and Duros that probably visit here. So
Oh,
they might
you
like
know,
him a little
actually,
bit more.
that's a good point. You can remove 1 setback because of that.
Oh, okay. I could remove 2 anyway, but that's fine.
Oh, then I'll give you a bonus.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's even better. You didn't have to. It's fine. Okay. But okay, yeah, that's good.
All right, so one of the Selonians, I'm going to say with those advantages, she's very intrigued by you. Remember, their males are very slight, and it looks like the Selonian kind of likes her men beefier, like you. And so she turns and says, "Well, there have been several thefts in the jeweler district as of late."
Is that usually a problem?
No, we don't have crime like other parts of the Corellian system.
Do you suspect anyone? I'm assuming off-worlders are usually the first ones you turn your eyes to.
She's about to say something, but the other guard kind of hits her, like, "Shut up." So you're going to need to do another charm check. Either against her or to try to butter up the other guard.
I'll go for the other one, just to try to get everyone on our side.
Oh, and by the way, Riz, Gristle is beefy for a Selonian male. So just as someone who has a lot of fur, he's definitely not as slight as Selonian males are. And much taller.
Is it the same difficulty for the other one, or?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll downgrade again. All right, same exact result.
Okay, so actually the other one kind of whispers, and you catch a little bit of a ribald joke of some sort. You don't quite get all the references, but basically they're making comments on how on your looks in a positive way.
Oh.
Just how exotic you look, sort of thing. So that emboldens the first one that you talk to say more. Well, we got a new shipment of rare crystals about a month ago, and I mean, nothing out of the ordinary as far as we could tell, but the thefts were, well, several people died, and we still have not been able to apprehend the culprit or culprits. That's one of the reasons why off-worlders are being scrutinized a little bit more.
It's understandable. Has there been any sort of watch on the spaceports and things like that? Any more than usual?
Oh,
I'm assuming they'd want to make sure they don't leave.
Absolutely. But you know, I mean, it's not that big of a deal in terms of how does she say this? Skazmir's Den's a big city. Yes, they have crime. People were killed, but in terms of the everyday operations of Skazmir's Den, I mean, life goes on. There's still an open investigation, but the crystals were valuable, but not that valuable.
Interesting. So, do they have like an actual police force, or?
Oh yes, absolutely.
Okay, so probably volunteering to investigate it probably wouldn't be the best idea.
Well, I mean, she points to herself. We are members of the police force.
Oh. Do you usually hire anyone privately to investigate things like this?
Oh, no.
Maybe it's a good time to start.
Perhaps. So, as you guys move forward, you start to hear the clanking of machinery, lots of talking, and you can tell that you are nearing the den proper. So, one moment while I get the music. And you arrive in a massive cavern that is, well, you can see the picture. So, massive cavern, lots of side caverns, and here's a picture just so you can see the infertile female on the left. At the bottom is the fertile female pup, and then a male Selonian to the right. You don't see, I mean, honestly, you don't see very many males at all, and you can't really tell the difference between a juvenile infertile female and a full-grown male. So you probably assume that most of the shorter Selonians are actually juvenile infertile females, and you don't see any of the big and bountiful fertile females anywhere. Oh, one thing you can actually do a knowledge check just for hacks. Give me a hard knowledge check and 2 setbacks due to not being so familiar.
Which knowledge?
Be knowledge, I would say education or xenology. Okay. Yeah, there's a specific reason, but yeah. And one thing you did notice, though, you didn't really notice that many vents up above. So where they're getting the fresh air, yeah. But maybe you'll learn later. You do detect a little hints of musk. These are mustaline creatures, so they do have a very distinct smell. It's not so much unpleasant, but yeah, it's definitely a noticeable smell.
Can I smell a difference between, like, does each one have a unique musk?
Yeah. I mean, there you can tell the difference between scents if you tried. I would say it would be a survival check to smell one and to recognize it later. By
Okay.
the way, is Godum with you?
I'm not sure. How would these be? How would the Selonians feel about it? Because when the guards first approach us, it'd be when it determined it. If they were like, "You can't have something that big that might eat someone
Right.
in here," but if
Well,
they were,
Skazmir's Den is, despite their standoffishness, this is a very relatively cosmopolitan settlement. Or, well, it's a major city, one of the biggest cities of Selonia. So, you tell me if you want to have Godum, and maybe as a group you guys can brainstorm how you would convince them to have Godum along.
oh, if it was going to be any kind of trouble, or I thought it might be any issue bringing him, I'd probably have him stay on the ship.
Oh yeah, I mean, I guess what I'm saying is that I'm open to you having them. Just give me some sort of narrative way that would work. And any of
This
you guys can come
creature's
up.
excrement makes for an excellent healing salve.
Well, do they have? They don't have anything against having pets here. I mean, they probably have some kind of domesticated animals themselves.
Yep.
So
Well, I
it
was
probably
thinking,
wouldn't be too out of the ordinary anyway.
since they tend to be kind of infatuated with larger, furrier animals. I mean, that's. I know he's not a sentient, but that's right up Goten's alley. He's Silhouette 2 furry Rick.
Oh, that. I mean, they just see him as an animal. It's because the way that they were looking at Gristle is because he is an actual sentient, standing upright. You know, he has a body form that is, at least relative to the way humans look, reminiscent of their forms, and so that's why they're attracted to him. So yeah, we can say that Godum is a pet, and let's do a retroactive roll just for fun. You're going to need to do a charm check or negotiation check to. Or no, let's not do that. I would say that they would need a deposit, a safety deposit of some sort. And since
Like
this is
Securities!
yeah,
In
and since
case
this
my
is
pet
a
tries
VR
something?
mission, don't worry about it. But yeah,
Do we have to provide our vaccination records as well?
exactly. Yes, vaccination records and all that jazz, and it must stay leashed at all times, even though you're riding them.
Oh, I mean, if me riding him counts as leash, then okay. But otherwise, I don't know how he would react to actually having a leash on. I've never trained him for that. He might be like one of those dogs that just constantly yanks on the leash trying to get free.
Okay, then do a survival
Wait,
check.
but he has reins, doesn't he? If you're riding him, you're just holding the reins.
Oh yeah, that's what I meant for riding him. If me riding him counted well enough for a leash, but like if I'm ever walking beside him, I've never had him leashed before. I don't know how he would react.
You could just take the reins with you, as long as you don't like try to get away from him.
Yeah, that's true.
Like
You're
the reins
making
on a
this
horse,
so
you can decide when
complicated,
you're
too.
riding or when you're riding.
All right, so yeah, Godum's with you. So lots of stores, lots of areas, entertainment districts, and whatnot. Where do you guys want to go?
Well, so we technically have two things going on. One, investigating the Narium route trade, or maybe wherever we can start it. Two, finding what places were robbed and who might have robbed them.
I
If
think
these
we could help-
robberies contain a malicious element, this unit is compelled to assist, either in suppressing the damage or stopping the unfortunately, I don't know the right word for it. Instigator.
All right, so the guards, they've led you there, and one of them slips Gristle a data chip, and then they walk away. You guys are free to explore.
I think if we can figure out who did the robberies, we'd probably be in their good graces, and that would make setting up the Nenarian route easier.
Yep, absolutely.
Well, first of all, Gristle's gonna put the chip in his datapad and make sure he knows what's on it.
It's her. You got her digits.
Oh. Well, I was hoping she'd tell us where the crimes were.
These
place, but I
species
guess this'll
can
do.
be easily seduced.
I guess-
I mean, if you call her when she's off duty, she might, take you around
No.
town.
Fine, okay.
Innuendo detector activated.
All right, so just for RP purposes, what do you guys do first?
Huh.
Do we know the latest scene of the crime?
I
Robbery?
guess we could try to look it up, right? I mean,
Yeah.
there would be like newsstands and stuff.
Absolutely.
You know.
So yeah, you
Um,
head to one of the newsstands. Oh, and by the way, Saber, you are also getting some curious looks from the Selonians.
Yeah. It's the ears. They like the ears.
Yeah, they do. They like the ears. And you're bronze only 2, right? So you're pretty slim.
Yeah. So
Okay.
Saber's not very strong, so.
So yeah, you actually have a look that's a little bit more like a Selonian male, so that definitely gets some interest. What's funny though, some of them look at you like, yeah. Others look at you very disdainfully, and yeah. So there's that. So you guys get to a kiosk, and yes, you see a notice about a robbery, and it talks about where it was. So you guys have the place.
Let's go talk to the owner, if they're still alive.
Okay.
While they talk to the owner, I'd like to just start smelling around.
So is there any notice about like who died in the article or anything?
Yes. Several guards died, and they're named, but it looks like they were all Selonian except for one human guard. Actually, was killed as well.
Interesting.
So as you guys make your way to the shop, and I'll let you guys name it. This is one of those. We'll figure it out together. What's the name of the shop?
Crystals,
And this is-
crystals.
It's a jewelry store.
Crystals. Okay. Crystals. With the abbreviations KC because it's crystal with a K.
Works for me.
So Crystal is actually a human female behind the counter, and she waves you in. And like I said, this is a major city, so it's not that surprising that you'll see other species here. So she waves you in and says, "Yes. How can I help you?"
Understand that your shop was recently the victim of a robbery.
Oh, yes. We got a new shipment of fine sapphires about a month ago, and had several interested buyers, but because of the fine cut of the gems, they were a little bit more pricey, and there were a few suspicious characters, a group of Selonians. No, she wouldn't even say Selonians, because, everyone's Selonians. The vast majority of her customers would be Selonians. So, in other words, she probably would have mentioned the species if it wasn't Selonian, so she just says customers. So a few customers came in that just seemed a little bit off. I really couldn't put my finger on it, but a few days later, while I was actually out and about, there was a robbery, and most of the sapphires were stolen, and yeah, it was
So
quite
you
tragic.
believe that these unidentified individuals were, to quote the organic term, casing the joint?
I think so. And who are you, actually? And she kind of looks at the group with a suspicious eye.
I am HAX-87, a medical droid in service to... Sure, Gristle. Gristle, last name unpronounceable.
Well, technically we're here as business representatives, but at the moment we thought we might try to help with the investigation, since that's also in our wheelhouse.
What's in it for you?
Establishing contacts. Help
I
someone, they'll help
see.
you.
Okay.
My programming compels me to aid any innocent organic in need.
That too.
Well, and she kind of snaps her fingers, and you see two Selonian guards come over, and they whisper something to her, and she says, "Yes, yes," and you can tell that there's security cameras everywhere, and these two guards are pretty big Selonians, so they look pretty tough. And she presses a button, and a side door opens, and another Selonian, once again a tall and fertile female, walks in, and she is holding a case, and you can see one of the gems in there. And Saber, immediately you feel something as the gem gets closer. So it's quite clear. The gems are not regular sapphires; they are lightsaber crystals of some sort.
Oh my.
Could I was about to ask if any of us might be able to identify that with like a lore check or something.
Yeah, so it's going to be a hard lore check, and I'm going to say that it's going to have 2 setbacks, though, for reasons unknown at the moment.
Oh.
Okay, so you know that that crystal, and maybe would Saber be conversing with Hax at all?
Yeah, I think we can whisper back to each other.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you don't have sense, however, you still feel something from that gem. So, you know that it is, I believe it's called a mephite crystal?
Yeah,
Okay.
where you just know it immediately,
Yeah.
despite even. So yeah, there is something from that crystal.
And
Huh?
do you try... Oh, sorry, go ahead, Jack.
No, you go ahead. I'm still puzzling what I'm gonna react to next.
Do you... When you see that, are you open about your reaction, or do you try to quell your reaction to it?
That's a good question.
Let's do a cool check, actually, to see. I'm going to say that because it's a bit of a surprise, it's going to be a daunting cool check to avoid reacting noticeably to it.
Okay. Oh, I fail.
Okay, so you tell me how you react to it openly.
Actually, if if Saber feels the pull of the Force, he would probably try to reach out to it, and it might just start glowing or something.
Oh, okay.
Okay, no. Right when that happens, Hax immediately is going to say, "This unit detects that this sapphire has a quality greater than mere aesthetics."
And so, yeah, Saber will say, "I think you have something here more valuable than you can understand. Perhaps your thief is aware of it as well."
So, do you make the gem glow?
Yes.
So, okay, the Selonian that's holding it drops the case, and it shatters. I mean, she's startled. And as this thing is glowing, and several of them actually draw their weapons just because, it's a loud sound. They're like, ah! And Crystal turns to you and says, "Who are you? And what is this all about?" And, I mean, you can tell she's about to call the authorities. Like, this is freaking her out.
Saber just glances over to Gristle. He's obviously not the most capable in social situations like this, and he's already played himself a little too far.
Speak
But
up,
it's
ears.
alright.
Tell me what you're doing here.
Yeah, so the ears flilt over to Gristle.
It's all right.
Hax is immediately
Yeah.
going to say, no hostile intention offered or intended.
Trust me, we're just
that's
as
redundant.
surprised as you are. But our presence here is just as I told you. It just happens that we do have some people here who are experts on these sorts of crystals. I'll be honest, we probably weren't really expecting this sort of thing, but it does make sense now why you were robbed, especially in a city that's not really known for crime like this.
Okay, so
I think
you're
you may
trying
have
to
gotten
convince
much more than
her.
you bargained for when you bought these.
So, what kind of check are you doing to keep her from calling the authorities right now?
Charm.
Okay, and it is going to be 2 red, 2 purple.
Yeah, go ahead and take a boost from Hax.
Okay. Alright.
And I'm going to
Crystal.
actually upgrade that check.
Okay. I'll downgrade it so it'll be the same. Flip. It's good enough for me. 2 threats.
2 threats. Let me think about these threats for a second. I know what the threat is going to be. I won't tell you though. So she lifts her hand. You could tell that she was going for a silent alarm. And one of the things that you said, how valuable they were, that got her attention. She says to you as one of the guards picks up the gem and kind of attends to the broken glass. The gem is completely unharmed. How valuable are we talking about?
Extremely.
Right.
However, they're also highly sought after by people who would probably use similar methods to the thieves you've encountered so far to acquire them free of charge. So,
Estimated
planning
value
on selling them-
varies depending on which group desires gem.
that's true.
Cannot make accurate estimation at this time.
So she says, well, in that case, and she speaks in Selonian to one of the guards. And does anyone know Selonian, actually? The language is actually called Nadaba, I believe.
I doubt it. If anyone does hacks, it would be hacks. If he has any protocol programming.
Okay. So she says something to the guard, and the guard picks up the gem and takes it back. And she says, well, now that I know that this is a little bit more valuable than I imagined, I'm going to keep it under even heavier guard. But this is the 4th gem. 3 of them. The other 3 were stolen. And any information that you could find out about those would be much appreciated. But as of right now, we're closing early. So you see
before
her press a
that,
button.
have you informed the guards? Are they watching for these things at all the exits and things like that, making sure they're not getting out of the city?
Oh, I mean that's already been part of the investigation. So for the city guard, her personal guards are, shuffling around. They're kind of giving you these eyes, like time for you to get out, because now that she knows that these things are valuable, she wants to make some plans of her own. But yeah.
This unit recommends storing the gem in an off-site location where the thieves have no experience in breaking into.
Lovely recommendation. Thank you very much. But Crystals is now closing. Thank you. So you are ushered out, and as you're on the street, I want everyone to give me a daunting, upgraded twice perception check.
And is this only perception?
Only perception.
Okay.
Oh,
I only have one eye.
that's a good question. You don't really have depth perception, right?
Well, it's robotic, so I think it compensates, but yeah, I'm still probably not the keenest eyes in the room.
Mm-hmm.
So, Gristle, you notice a hooded female. She looks human, but with a hood. And she was very clearly watching you. And she turns and disappears into the crowd.
Did he see enough that he'd remember this person if he saw her off without the hood? Or if he saw her again?
Unfortunately, with those threats, no. But very, very suspicious. Like, you've got a bad feeling about that. There's just something about her that just, yeah.
He may not be here yet, Brandon. He said he had to be right back.
Oh, okay. Okay. So Saber apologizes to the group for trying to connect to the crystal automatically. It's not every day that you come across a lightsaber crystal, though.
Right.
And
Such an
he-
action made identifying the crystal quite easy, though.
It's very true, but the owner of the store may be in more danger than she knows.
She was already imperiled before our arrival.
True, but we should probably have eyes out for this last crystal. These are not something that you just leave behind.
So, Gristle, do you want to do anything with that? Do you tell people?
Oh yeah, I mean, seems like they have eyes in the shop even now. I'd imagine they're not keen on leaving without the full set.
Shall we stake out? Perhaps catch the thieves in the act?
It's probably the best choice. They're gonna have to go to the gem no matter what, so if we keep our eyes on it, we'll find them eventually.
Well, you have one that's in long range of you right now.
Oh, so she's in the crowd, but we'd have to go after her right now immediately. Is what you're saying? Okay. Yeah, then I guess survival.
Yeah.
I think we need Shim for that.
Yeah, that's probably our best bet.
Yeah, and I don't think
can
he'll
try
come
survival
back
too.
yet.
If someone can volunteer as a GM assistant and look up a sheet, just to keep things moving along, we'll just look at a sheet and roll for him.
Survival is 3 yellow. Or,
Okay.
2 yellow. Or no, hold on, I'm sorry. Yeah, 3 yellow.
All right, it's
Do
going
you
to
also
be.
want to maybe give him a chance to roll that perception check, since he actually didn't roll it yet?
Sure. 2 reds and 2 purples, Taylor. Perception.
Okay. Sorry, I'm helping my dad with something right now. And I have this. And then any setback?
Nope.
No.
Huh.
And then just so you guys know, anyone engaged with me would have 2 boosts on a perception check for the future.
Oh.
Oh, let's see. You tell me how this is interpreted. It's a failure, and the triumph is not going to be able to give you a success, but you can tell me something cool that it does.
Oh,
He suddenly gets he's mobbed by onlookers who are both intrigued and jealous of his wrecks.
Oh, you know what? I know what happens. You detect a familiar scent.
Okay, cool. Can I try to sniff further on that or try to remember it?
Unfortunately, with the despair, no. But
Okay.
I will say that there's definitely a scent that you've smelled before, and let's say I'm trying to think how. Okay, you failed. You didn't see the person,
Actually, I can
but
reroll it. I have a talent that lets me re-roll it. Natural Hunter. I can re-roll 1 Perception or Vigilance.
oh, okay.
Okay, go for it.
So I'll give it another try.
That's nothing.
Wow, that's crazy.
I'm gonna say the despair and the threat. Godum notices the smell at the same time that you do. You smell Amanette. You remember that smell when she nearly killed you at the safe house. And Godum starts to rush off. So people start yelling. Godum is rushing through the crowd, this gigantic Rix, and you need to do something about the situation.
Yeah, can I try to rein him in, first and foremost?
You can, but you don't actually have your hands on him. Godum has sprung forward, so you're going to need to yell at him, do something to get him to heal.
All right. I'll yell out in Ewokese, which I don't have the sheet up right in front of me right now. I'm going to yell out "stop" and then "come" to
Okay.
try and get him to listen.
I'm going to say that that is a native upgrade, and I'm going to upgrade it again, and 2 setbacks because of the disadvantages.
Okay. And then what's the difficulty?
The difficulty is going to be, what's his willpower?
His willpower is 2.
2. Well, let's make it hard, just to make it interesting.
Okay, so 2 reds, 1 purple, and 2 setback.
Yeah.
Do I get boosts for his training?
Sure.
All right.
And do you tell the other agents this?
First and foremost, I need to rein him in, and then I'll be telling them. But I will be telling them.
Okay.
Ooh.
Let's see. The advantages, you tell me. What do you do with those advantages?
Let me make sure that I can't re-roll a survival check. Because I thought I had a skill that lets me re-roll a survival. Let's see here.
That's an adorable gif. I can't stop watching.
Yes, I can re-roll a resilience or survival check with a natural outdoorsman.
Okay.
I'm going to give that one another try.
And I'll upgrade it again. So it's the same roll.
Okay, I don't think you have to use a destiny point for that, though. Because when I re-roll it...
Oh, right. You are correct.
There we go.
Ooh.
I'll take that.
Chim
That's
Chim's
a much
just
better result.
is a natural.
Okay, so Godum slams on the brakes, digs his claws in the ground. He skids to a stop. However, you see several guards that are armed with sharpshooters that have gotten close by, and they're like, what is the meaning of this? Why is this creature unleashed? And at the same time, you see a flurry of robes in the distance.
Oh, I'm going to look at the group and say, we need to go now. Run.
But the authorities!
Run.
It's fine.
This unit isn't capable of running.
He's a master beast handler. He has it under control.
Okay, this is going to be a hard upgraded. This is a guard captain, so it's going to be 3 reds, and her finger. I mean, with everything that's been going on, with the theft and all this stuff, it's going to be 3 setbacks to that too.
Okay.
Halt! You need to come in for questioning.
Questioning about our animals?
We not do transit is unnecessary. All questions may be asked
All right.
here.
All right, you tell me what happens.
I guess we'll just deflect it. We'll say, oh wait, should we? Should we let on that we know that that person's probably involved in this, or?
Sees ha. That's a good question. I mean, if it's Almanet, is she really going to risk attacking out in the open if we get guards with us? I don't know.
I guess if our overall goal is, well, it also depends on where in the timeline this is. If it's just after, if it's before Long Lost, then I guess I wouldn't really care.
Well, this is one of the
her?
things with the VR mission, because it's you have all the knowledge that you have, even though, because you know dreams will often mishmash chronology. So everything has happened that Amina has been a part of, but
Oh, that's true. Chim hasn't revealed to us that it's Almanet, actually.
Did he
I
even
just-
reveal that he
just
saw
said-
someone run off?
I just said run in a very panicked fashion.
Towards her direction or away?
Yeah,
No,
run
wait.
to or from?
God. Away.
In that case, if Gristle doesn't know, he'll deflect it and say that someone involved in the gem heist just ran into the crowd there. It's a human woman with a robe on.
what? And so she gets on her comm link to get the rest of the authorities. It's the hornet's nest has been kicked. They will find this thief. So there's a general sound of alarm, and she sees a robed figure dashing off to the right, and she has her group chasing after that way. However, I want all of you to give me a daunting perception check, upgraded twice.
I have a question. I'm going to whisper you about that.
Okay.
Jeez,
I'm just
didn't
waiting for
even
the
roll
whisper.
failure, just all threat.
Okay. Saber, you...
Well, I'll need to do a check for it still, but...
Okay, what's the check against then?
Average.
Okay, I'll upgrade it once.
Average vigilance.
All right. Oh, average vigilance. Gee, if you fail this one, oh my gosh.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still like...
If you're still near me, you'll get a boost to the vigilance.
Oh.
That's true.
Depends how close you are. Engaged.
Yeah, I would say short range. I mean, you had Gautam under control really fast, so yeah. Okay, I'll flip to
But
use
he
the light
was
side.
running. Oh, never mind.
So I'll take one strain.
Okay, so you actually see multiple figures spreading out into different directions. They're illusions. Aminet is causing the authorities to go in all the wrong directions, but you see her and where she's going. She is rushing towards a kind of abandoned part of the town or the city. So you're kind of at the outskirts already, and let me switch over. It's getting quite dark as you're chasing after her, and you lose sight of her, but you are in this passageway now.
So then we did give chase.
I assume so.
Saber would have begun coming after her immediately, even though Chim said to run. So,
Well, he said to run, so if Saber started, I think at least a few other people would have too.
Yes. Okay, so you run, and it looks like this is an abandoned part of town, and you come to a door that is obviously locked. And it looks, we're talking like really, really old. It doesn't actually have a computer lock. This looks like it's more of a mechanics or skullduggery check.
Ooh.
It'll be hard, upgraded twice. Anyone going to roll that? Skullduggery or
job for
mechanics?
Ralro.
Can Saber do a vigilance check for traps on the door?
Absolutely.
I had expected Chim Chim to roll the skullduggery.
Same roll.
Average with a upgrade.
Oh no, same as the difficulty of opening it. So,
What's?
oh, I didn't say it. It's hard, upgraded twice.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, you see a poison dart of some sort to the left, and to access the door, you will need a separate check to disable it.
So as Chim or whoever was going to move forward with the trying to get in to open the door, Saber will raise his hand and point out the dart launcher.
Okay. So who wants to take care of the dart launcher?
We're actually going after her?
Yes.
All right, Chim Chim thinks this is a terrible idea, but he'll help.
Crystal's gonna get his antitoxins ready just in case.
There's more of us this time, Chim.
Does it look like it launches when the door opens, or if someone like crosses in front of it, or
You can't tell.
Actually, you know what? Hax is just going to stand in front of the launcher.
Oh,
Even better.
works.
So
Time is of the essence.
Hack stands in front of the launcher, 3 darts shoot out and smash against his chassis, and nothing happens, and it looks like the dart gun is empty. Nice work.
Nice.
2 reds and a purple for the door.
So, do we want Chim doing the skullduggery, or Alro could mechanics it, right?
Uh-huh. Yep.
Elro's mechanics are probably better than my skullduggery.
Okay.
So 2 reds and 1 purple. Oh!
Yeah.
Okay. That door flies open. Just take a strain for that.
Okay.
So you go through this door, and it is quite dark. And you should see the notes there for what's what. And I will actually bring your tokens over because we do need to track this. So, un momento, por favor.
Would my scanner goggles get rid of all the...
Yeah, Alro has some too.
My eye is a light bulb.
Saber does have a source of light, but I'm not sure if he'd have it out right now.
All right. So the scanner goggles obviously don't help with illumination for other people. So start updating your tokens with the setbacks.
Alro can release her recon droid, which I assume would have a light of some sort that could be flashed.
Okay. So that'll remove 1 setback for people.
Is that also cumulative? Like if I have my
No.
own personal light source? Okay.
The problem is that things get confusing because of all the various shadows. So it all kind of evens out with the multiple sources for right now. Okay, and in the distance you can hear echoing footsteps, but they're fading away.
Is there only one possible path to go?
No, there are actually several branching tunnels, and but give me a hard, no upgrades, hard survival check.
Okay. Because I was going to ask if I could try to track her.
Trust your nose over your eyes, Chim.
Okay, yeah, you can track her with sense, so start heading that way.
And then I also have Expert Tracker, which decreases the time to track a target by half.
Okay, so you get into a large natural cavern, and all of a sudden, actually, everyone give me a hard perception check.
I hope we're all grouped up tightly.
But yeah, I'll get a boost
Remember your
from
boost
Chim.
if you're adjacent to me, or if you're engaged with me.
At that point, it's pissing in the wind, perhaps. Or ejecting oil into an oncoming gale.
All right, so everyone who, and you don't have to update it on your token, but just remember that if you fail this perception check, you get 2 setbacks in addition to your light source setbacks. And all of a sudden there is a massive rumble. The entire cavern is starting to collapse. The area behind
geez.
you are too far away from it. And I need everyone to give me a daunting coordination or athletics check. So you're either trying to dodge massive stalactites that are falling, or you're jumping out of the way.
How does this interact with Force Sleep?
That's a good question, actually. I'm going to say that you can see a close by side tunnel, and you think that you might be able to jump to it, but the rest of the people might not.
Can I help anyone with my successes?
Sure.
Well, though, I think you still need 2 setbacks for the light source, right?
Oh, yes, thank you.
I mean, I know you passed, but if successes are going to matter.
Oh, yeah, I failed the perception, so I have those 2 setbacks. So 2 more failures. So I only have 4 success. I can hand out 3 success.
Okay.
I'll give 2 to Gristle and
Ah,
one
son of a gun!
one to Alro, so that they both succeed. Oh no, Gristle needs 3.
Oh yeah,
Gristle
that's-
needs 5 just to wash.
Anyone who failed,
Does he? Oh, he does.
you are hit by the falling debris, and so it is actually going to be 10 damage, but because of the weight and the force, it's pierce 5.
And Alro, you succeed. I'm
And-
sharing my advantage.
Oh,
And-
thank God.
And any threats are strain through soak.
yeah. Yeah, 'cause that's right. Oh, well, I didn't roll all of my. Okay. Okay.
Well, it was nice playing with you guys.
Okay, so that would be conflict. So Saber is going to actually try to the coordination. Instead of trying to force leap. But he still gets to add his force rating to that, so
So only Jim made it out.
Well, Alro as well. I shared
Oh,
one
right, yeah.
success so that Alro passed.
Cool.
Okay, so the path behind you has been completely blocked off, and much of the cavern has collapsed. And yes, and you've got some wounded here.
This unit requires repair.
Can I see or smell Aminette anywhere in this opening with us?
Unfortunately, no.
No, that's fortunate. If I don't see or smell her, that's a good thing.
Fortunately, no.
Alright, this is going to help Saber first. 4 successes. How many surgeon? I think I have 3. 1, 2, 3. Yep, so that's 7.
and then and then 3 strain as well, right? Or you've got you have the thing that reduces whatever. I only have 2, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, you can take a strain off.
Okay.
I'll start just helping to move piles of debris off of people.
Okay. So
I mean,
no
yeah,
checks are
there's-
needed for that, but you do know that. So the area behind you has been completely cut off. You no longer smell Aminette, and yeah. I'm going to say, everyone give me a. No, actually, this would be obvious. You're no longer near Skazmir's den. You've got limited oxygen.
Uh-oh.
So you also notice that your comlinks don't work. By the way, this isn't me doing it. This is actually in the books. Comlinks do not work here.
Yeah, well, Gristle is working on this. Well, actually, can I hand Hax a stim pack to give to Gristle?
Absolutely.
Alright. He has to take careful aim since his optics appear to be damaged, but he does heal Gristle for, is it 8 or 7? I need to check. 8. 8 wounds back for Gristle.
Oh, okay.
And Alro can do a quick little mechanics fix on you.
Alright, it's just gonna be an average check.
So if we're in this cavern by himself, or by ourselves, then everyone starts to hear a ringing sound, and there's some blue glowing. Lightsabers out.
Roll me a force die, Brandon.
Okay.
So that ringing is actually it's kind of hit like almost the fundamental frequency of the cavern, so you can hear it like going through the walls, like, and you hear a rumbling that is starting to come closer to you guys.
Turn it off. Turn it off.
Oops.
So you guys are in a half-collapsed cavern. there are some side portions off to the side. Well, actually, yeah, with that dice roll, we're going to say this happens. So
Alright.
you see a massive maw like come bursting out of one of the walls, and it is a tunnel worm. And it was attracted by the sound of the lightsaber. And give me one person can give me a xenology roll, a hard xenology roll, and I'll upgrade it once.
Hax has to try. What
I
else
have-
is he good at?
I have 2 ranks in xenology if that helps anyone.
That I can use that for skilled assistance.
Yeah, okay. Do it. Okay, with all those successes, I will say that, yes, you do recognize this. Oh, someone's saying something?
Well, just making sure the setbacks don't come into play here.
Oh, they would because of the lack of light. Absolutely, that's a good.
Which
point.
again, you passed, so... Sorry.
And so you do recognize it as a Selonian tunnel worm. And one of the things that you know is that it has acid in its mouth, which helps it dig through rock. And it's a very dangerous creature. And I need everyone to roll initiative, and I'm going to flip over to the other part of the map.
If you didn't get knocked away from you by the debris, remember your boosts for vigilance.
Oh man. Okay. Well, I still got pretty good.
Oh, this cave looks familiar.
Yep.
I mean, this cave has been referenced in my databanks.
So I'll let you guys. No, I'm actually going to arrange you. So 1 moment. Everyone, roll me a percentage die, and high is bad.
Uh-oh.
Balls.
Oh dear.
You can all stop rolling.
I don't think anyone's going to
Someone else can hit 100 and then force.
No,
the
actually,
roll
keep
off.
rolling because I'm going to put your proximity to the worm by your rolls. So
What if we wanted to be close to the worm?
it would still be random because of the cave-in.
Okay.
It's the second
Alright.
highest is also
You just say high is bad.
34.
Wow, Hax would be the one most likely to martyr himself, but he's the one furthest away.
Okay, so that is the combat, and I will roll for my initiative.
Users beware, tunnel worms are known to bathe acid on rock. Poor syntax due to lack of repairs to vocabulator.
Mine should be 4.1, not 5.1. I forgot my setbacks.
Oh, and also, it is Silhouette 3, so remember that changes some difficulty there.
For melee, right?
For melee, yeah.
Hurry, Silhouette 0.
You can't hit the broadside of a barn.
And I think it also gives it disadvantages on attacking you guys, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Sweet tangy.
So it's difficulty 3 for its attacks, I believe, because you're 2 under.
Yes. Or is it daunting? If it's 2 under.
2 under is the threshold, I believe.
Yeah, that's what makes it an additional difficulty. So like
And-
fighters and so like Silhouette 3 fighters and Silhouette 4 freighters are still at average difficulty when they're dogfighting.
Right.
Is that for ranged attacks or just melee?
I think it's for all attacks now that I think about it.
To a minimum of 1, I think.
I didn't see anyone else setting up the initiative thing, so I set it up. It's 2 of us and the worm, then 4 of us.
All right.
Wait, who
so
actually got points?
Chim Chim is short distance. Alro is medium. Eve is long. And Hax is
Axe is
extreme.
extreme.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Are those?
I'll stand back here, masters. Because I'm not making this trip. I can't make
And
the right.
Crystal uses Triumph free maneuver to just move back a little more. Just a little back.
Just gonna dive in this water over here. Just getting away.
But it's
these,
not difficult terrain, is it?
Actually, yes, you guys are all in difficult terrain.
Oh, I am never going to reach him.
Just making it worse for us.
Fastball special. No, that's probably Saber probably wouldn't throw anyone except a droid.
Yeah, I don't think Eve is that tough.
I have a fusion cutter. Have it eat me.
Are the setbacks for the?
Let's give this thing one hell of a case of indigestion.
I might be able to stagger it. What's my distance from it?
You are at medium.
Medium. So I think we should at least try to get Chim out, which, I mean, he can pop on Gotham, right? Gotham.
Well, so are the 2 setbacks from failing the perception check when we entered the cavern? Were those only for the coordination roll, or were those permanent?
Those are only for the. That's why I said not to put them on your token.
Ah, gotcha. I just didn't want to forget about them. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I can hop on Gotum and move out immediately or quickly.
Okay. Remember, you're in difficult terrain though, so.
Let me see. As far as Chim Chim has, I'm immune to difficult terrain.
Is Gotum though, since you're riding him?
I suppose not, but maybe it helps that I am for whatever role it is to move across it.
Yeah, sure.
Is it the outdoorsman talent that makes you immune, or?
Swift, I think.
There's a couple of talents that actually reference it that I have.
Let's just do it this way, since it's a cat-like creature, or canine. This is the thing. I always thought they were felinoid, but some people think that they're canines. But either way, it's a quadruped. So we're gonna say Gotem needs to roll a hard coordination check to be sure-footed while rushing away.
Okay. Whoever wants to go first can go first, though. If there was.
I can attempt to bind, but it'll be opposed. So I'm gonna try for the staggering bind.
Okay.
So if it's the way it's phrased is, if not already opposed, it's opposed versus discipline. But with this thing, I imagine it would be opposed by its athletics, right?
It will be opposed by its athletics. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna upgrade it, and it's going to be 1 red, 7 purple.
Okay. Saber made a bad choice. And then, do I still have setbacks from darkness on this one?
Yeah, darkness for all of them. It's
Okay.
not only just that you can't see as clearly, but there's a little bit of fear involved because you're fighting in darkness. So.
Okay. Okay, we'll see how this goes. I'm gonna flip. Can I aim? Aim my bind. No. It's not
narratively-
settled. No, it's not settled like range attacks, like moves.
Okay.
So
I would say if you can tell me how you're aiming with it, then
he holds out his hand in front of it. No, it doesn't make any sense. Okay,
I mean, in that case, you'd justify it just as concentration, wouldn't you?
yeah. So 7 purple, 1 red, 2 setbacks. Man. Okay. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Okay.
Alright, well,
Okay.
good job.
That's I can't stagger it, but I can bind it.
take all of those threats as strain.
Okay, as me just like having to pull against its strength, so that's 9 strain.
Yep.
Dear Lord. Okay.
You can do it.
Okay, I'm gonna flip to use that 1 light side, and then I have to take a conflict to do the range.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, man. Oh. Fly, you fools. That's all Saber says. This foe is beyond any of you.
So So what's the bind effect on it right now?
It's immobilized.
Okay.
It will take 1 wound through soak because I did use the dark side to activate one of the pips.
Okay.
And the triumph, we just need to settle how that plays in.
You tell me.
It's not staggered on its turn, but maybe as it's wriggling around in place from being bound, it actually starts collapsing some of the cavern onto it, making its movements more difficult. Once it gets loose,
I'm going to
locked,
say,
like it.
unfortunately, and I'll just tell you guys this, it's got the quality called tunneling. It doesn't take any, I mean, it can move through rock like nobody's business. However, what about this? What if we say that as it struggles against you and knocks against the cavern walls trying to get to you, another passage opens up closer to you guys?
Yeah, I mean that works. And can we smell fresh air from it or anything, or?
Yes, you do.
Mm-hmm.
You actually smell, Chim Chim smells, because he's got a greater sense of smell. You smell something that smells like a fungus, but you also smell oxygen. So I'm not going to say it's fresh air, but you are smelling oxygen.
Okay.
No one light a match.
I'll inform the group we need to go this way through where it opened. Alright, do you guys mind if I go next?
So I'll say that the way open is behind Hacks. So if away from the tunnel worm, since it was a triumph.
So this one?
Yeah.
It's just that it knocking around so much caused the already unstable cavern to open up.
Yes.
Which means it's probably extreme range from Alro, Saber, and Chim.
Yeah, that'd still take like just as long to get there.
Would this be? Well, I don't know. It's a way out that we didn't have before. I don't think we should.
Yeah. It was closer to you, so just it's not going to be on the map. So let's say it's the one by Gristle. So it's medium range to Gristle.
Cool.
Extreme range for Chim Chim, long range for Saber and Eve, and I'll even say long range for Alro. But no, it's going to be extreme range for Alro. Sorry.
Then what is it for Hacks? Extreme as well?
Yeah.
Don't wait for me, sirs.
Do you guys mind if I go next?
Feel free, yeah, definitely. He would still be the first one to be targeted. So it's not going to be able to move this turn, but I don't think Saber can take another one of these binds. So.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna hop onto Gotum as an incidental using Let's Ride, which I should have. Let me make sure that I do before I go spouting off my mouth. Yes. Okay. I do. So I'll hop onto Gotum, and I'll try and shoot the tunnel worm before I get him going away from it.
Okay. It is Adversary 2.
Okay, and then am I short range 2 right now?
You are.
So what's my total difficulty with the size thing?
I'm pretty sure it's just going to be, well, just 1, because it's a minimum of 1 anyway.
Okay, and then, so it'll be 1 red, 1 purple?
Yeah.
With Adversary 2? Alright, let's go for some auto fire.
So that would end up being 2 red then?
Do I add the difficulty for the auto fire before I upgrade?
Yeah, it changes the base difficulty of the attack, so it would be upgraded after you add the additional difficulty.
Yeah.
Okay, so yes, it's 2 red.
Yep. And I'll upgrade that.
Alright, then I'll upgrade my shot as well. Alright, here goes.
Alright, nice.
Alright, that's enough to trigger auto fire once. So the first shot does 20 damage, pierce 1, and the second shot does 16 damage, pierce 1.
Alright, 20 damage, pierce 1, 16.
And then I'm going to use 2 maneuvers. 1 maneuver to accelerate, go to him up to speed 1, and then 1 maneuver to get him moving.
Okay.
So what was the difficulty for him to move over this terrain?
I was going to make it a hard coordination check for Godum.
Okay. Okay, and then
Actually, I'm going to do this because this thing is a predator, and one of the things about predators is that meals are always waged or, set against the danger. It's not going to kill itself trying to get food. So I'm actually going to say roll a percentage die, Chim Chim.
okay,
Or not a percentage, sorry. Roll a force die.
force die.
All right. It actually retreats.
Hell yeah!
It can't.
Pirate King.
Yeah.
Or, well, it will
can
retreat on its next round.
Yeah, it can't actually move at the moment.
Can't retreat. Oops, we're dead.
It has to take strain if it tries to do an action, though.
All right.
But yeah. Okay, so we're running off. Fly.
Yeah, so let's just go into narrative time. That was a good shot, by the way. So
Did I actually hurt it? I imagine this thing is
you
high.
can see
So...
you can see the bar, can't you?
Oh wow, kick ass. I kind of want to kill it if I realize I hurt it that much with my shot.
Chim, we're leaving.
You
Please.
can go right after it if you want, but we're not going with you.
Just let me take one more shot at it. It's still bound for one more turn, or for one turn anyway.
That's some serious meta right there.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
All right, let's run away.
So as we're running, can I do a discipline check to recover strain?
Sure.
Uh-huh.
Don't forget your setbacks. Oh god, I can't recover any strain. Oh wait, actually, I can. Wait, can I? No, I can't.
Okay. Yeah. So that's 4 instead of 5.
Just ignore this.
Oh, I guess I would have taken the lightsaber out, or someone would have yelled at me about the lightsaber, right?
Well, you would have noticed.
Yeah, I would have noticed that it was rumbling towards us as soon as I lit it.
Yeah.
Ignited it. So. Okay. So let me.
Oh no, we fell in the water.
Yeah, you guys are kind of it's a very shallow pool. About just, ankle deep, knee deep for Chim Chim. But the fungi on the wall are actually bioluminescent. So I'm going to say that here you guys don't have to worry about the setbacks due to illumination.
Hooray!
And yes, there is breathable air here. Whether that's a coincidence with the fungi, you don't know.
Yeah, well, wonder if there's any Nanarium root down here.
If nothing else, the place looks nice.
Yeah.
Is anyone hallucinating yet?
So I need everyone to give me a hard perception check, upgraded twice.
Ooh.
Chim Chim and Gristle. I'll do Chim Chim since he's got the biggest success, but you smell a Selonian, but it doesn't smell like any the undertone to the smell is completely different, or it's Selonian, but you can tell it's noticeably different from any of the other Selonians that you've smelled, and it's close by.
Ooh. Can I start following the scent?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, well, no, it looks like somebody is hiding from you in short range.
Ooh. I'll inform the group of that then, and kind of ready my gun.
How do you inform them? Do you
Oh
actually
yeah,
talk?
that's right. Oh,
Hand signals.
right now, I'm gonna try some hand signals.
Okay.
I'm gonna do like a peekaboo, and then just kind of point ahead.
All right, I'm going to say that that's going to be what sort of check would that be, actually, guys?
I think it would be a check on our end to understand as opposed to a check on his end.
Yeah, let's say that it's a perception check for you guys. Let's make it a daunting perception check because you're like, what is this Ewok doing?
Can I do a knowledge Chim Chim check?
Oh, I see there's someone hiding nearby. Well done,
I don't.
Chim.
I don't.
Yeah, that works.
Well, don't say it out loud. I was trying
No,
to
he didn't say that.
with the peekaboo point.
Alro's too busy covering herself with fungi instead of.
You don't even know what that does. Stop it.
Oh wait,
Doesn't
are
matter,
you really
it
doing
makes her
that?
glow. It's exciting.
All right, Alro, I need you to give me a hard resilience
Oh.
check.
It was worth it.
Not wise to.
Totally worth
And
it.
I'm actually going to upgrade that once.
Okay.
Alro's bedazzling herself.
Alro starts vomiting.
Resilience?
Not
Oh,
wise
jeez.
to come in
Did you say
contact with all
daunting?
substances.
No, I said hard. Thought I said hard.
Okay.
You said hard.
All right, Alro, you immediately take 4 strain plus 2 strain from the disadvantages. As you rub these on you, little bits of spores burst, and you don't feel so well right now. So put 2 setbacks on you. You feel sick.
So close to just passing out.
Again.
Do you inform the group that you're starting to feel kind of sick as you glow?
I figure she's just acting kind of like spaced out, you know, like she
You
doesn't
are-
look good, but she's gray, so it's hard to tell, you know.
But yeah, you are sparkling, so you are a light source now.
Yeah.
What do you guys do about this hidden somebody?
Do we know where they are?
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay, well,
Can I hop off and just send Gotum over to kind of corner him?
Oh man,
Sure.
that's not entirely frightening.
And then Gotham was skewered by a lightsaber at the end.
Well, no, it smells like a Selonian.
Who says the Selonia doesn't have a lightsaber?
Well,
We already know that there's Selonians involved with the battle of lightsaber crystals.
that's true. Gotum can handle one lightsaber stab.
We'll soon see.
All right. So Godum heads over. Anyone else do anything before this happens?
Hax, after seeing Alro, and I think he would see subtle changes even with her gray complexion, he'll investigate the fungus to get a more in-depth understanding of it.
Okay. This is actually going to be a very difficult check because this is something completely unknown to you. It's going to be daunting, and I'm going to say it's got 2 setbacks. And I'll upgrade that check.
Yeah, nothing mentioned, nothing gained. Shrug.
This is is it possible for Alro to make that check as well?
Sure.
Or is she like too like kind of?
Oh, actually, I'm
out?
going to say right now you're too strained, and
Yeah,
you don't
yeah,
feel
that's fine.
you don't feel so hot right now.
Yeah.
All right, so Godum goes over, and you hear a squeak, a little like, "Wah!" And you see this. Ignore the name, but you'll get the name later. And so it is a Selonian, not dressed like any other Selonian that you've seen.
dressed how?
Pretty scantily clad, actually. No armor, and very thin, short. Yeah.
Gotum, sit.
Oh, calm down. You're fine. What were you doing down here?
And so the words are very hesitant, and you can tell that the Selonia is actually trying to speak basic, and it's heavily accented. But right now he is terrified. Why did I say he? Well, you guys can tell. Chim Chim can tell it's a male. That's what you can tell through your scent.
There's one thing I can tell if something's a man.
He's so short, it's the first thing he sees.
And so this male is frightened right now, and it looks like his basic is heavily accented. You don't think that this Selonian is from Skazmir's Den.
Oh. I think I can help calm him down. If I walk up to Gotum and start petting him and tell him to like lay down and roll over and do like little submissive kind of tricks, would that kind of Because, I mean, I imagine if he's not speaking good Basic, he probably doesn't understand Basic too well.
Right.
So I'm trying to just show through actions that Gotem's not going to hurt him.
Okay. Let's make that a hard check. A hard, I guess, survival check, because you're getting Gotem to perform. And you can add your training bonuses.
Yay. I succeed with 3 successes. No threat or advantage.
Okay. So yeah, the Selonian calms down and points to himself and says, Kavasek. And then he points like back the direction you came and says, there I must go.
Yeah, no, giant death worm.
There you will die if you go there. So you might want to reschedule.
There, danger.
So Kavasek is like wringing his hands, just like really nervously, and he just says, "Must go. Can't stay here."
Why?
Okay, hold on. I know this was kind of glossed over earlier, but brought up. Could Hax perhaps speak? I know you brought it up. I already forgot this Selonian native language, which I assume this guy is probably more fluent in than Basic.
I'm sure. Why don't we say this? Flip a destiny point, and actually, so we're gonna do this. Give me a choose your own difficulty roll on how well you understand standard Madaba.
So I guess would that be knowledge education? I'm gonna say hard.
Okay,
there you go.
so you understand standard Madaba, and what do you say to him?
I am going to say there is a tunneling worm in the chamber behind us. We barely were able to flee. I do not recommend crossing that path.
Okay, so he his ears immediately perk up when he hears Madaba, and when he speaks back to you, though, it is a different dialect that you can kind of understand. But I'm going to say all charm or all social checks with Kavasek are going to have 2 setbacks because of his inability to speak Basic very well and your inability to understand his dialect. But you can communicate. And yeah, actually, no, I'm going to say this. Since you actually understand something close to is, we're going to do this. It's going to be 2 setbacks plus a boost. But yeah, so Kavasek says to you, but I can't stay here. I have to go. There must be another way.
We too are trying to find. I guess we're not trying to find our way out since we're following someone, but we will eventually find an exit.
By the way, the scent trail for Aminet completely disappeared.
Okay then. Well, that gets.
Yeah, I mentioned that earlier, but I'm sorry if I didn't emphasize that enough. But yeah.
We are also looking for a way out. Traveling in groups is usually optimal for dangerous situations.
Yes. And actually, Kavasek looks noticeably nervous at Eve, but I'm going to say Alro is also female, but I don't think Kavasek would know that you're female.
Sexist asshole.
Or Alro.
Well, no, just in terms of like just.
Oh yeah, different races they haven't seen. Yeah, I get that. I'm just saying from an out of game perspective.
Yeah.
Manly Alro.
Hax, ask him why he seems to be fleeing.
Why do you appear to be fleeing?
You're gonna need a charm check, charm or coercion, any social check you guys want, but it is going to be hard, upgraded 3 times.
And
This is pretty much going to be an automatic fail for hacks unless the
Oh no,
gods-
you guys can talk through hacks, but it's going to be forced skilled assistance through hacks.
Okay. Let's tax
he
his
doesn't
presence.
have skill in any social skills, so you're going to have to make do with 2 presence.
Okay.
And I mean, that's better than 1, so.
can Alro give
Two
him a
setbacks.
granola bar to make him feel better?
But can Aura do what? What's that?
Give him like a granola bar?
Sure.
Or share
Maybe
some
for
of
a
the shiny
boost or something,
fungus.
just to get him to.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. I like that. Flip a destiny point to say that you've got a granola bar. The other. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Kavasek takes it from your hand nervously, but just noms it down. I mean, Kavasek, you can tell, was extremely hungry.
That's a good boost.
And yes, it gives a boost.
Okay. Let's go. All right.
I must make my way to another den.
Was that... I'm trying to remember how much we learned about Selonian society, because I know what next to ask. I don't know if Hacks would know it. I'm just trying to remember. Did we learn about the males and the females and how that sort of relationship worked?
You knew the basics of it.
Okay. Hacks is going to ask if you were a member of a breeding pair.
Well, no, there aren't any breeding pairs, actually.
Well, he's asking it in that kind of stilted, robotic way, but he's asking if he was mated to...
Oh, I mean, he's
queen
male.
from-
All males are mated to the queen, as player knowledge. But
well then, were you abused by your queen, previous queen?
Kawasek just kind of he has trouble understanding some of what you say, but just says, I just wanted just more to leave to see more, and at that point, you hear some sounds, and Kavasek immediately yelps again and actually moves closer to you as you see several Selonians enter into the cavern. And,
He was pursued.
Kavasek is cowering, and
Aw.
Hacks is gonna say, Kavasek, take cover behind me.
so they definitely see Kavasek, and the captain holds up her hand, causing her underlings to hold up for just a second, and in very stilted basic. And actually, as she talks, you can see the looks of surprise on all of her underlings that she is speaking basic. I do not know why you are here, but you have no business here. This is den business, and we must bring the fugitive back. Step aside. And all of them are armed with Selonian shard shooters and Selonian glaives.
Okay.
So you got this? Or do you want
Hacks
me?
is gonna turn to Kavasek and say, do you want to leave to simply see, or do you want to leave because you were hurt?
So Kavasek is actually cowering right now. He's not talking. You're going to have to do another social check. It's going to be 3 reds to get him to
Could I
talk.
perhaps change it to a medicine check to see if he has like scars or something on him?
Sure. And we'll say that is just a hard check, upgraded once. Yeah, you do see evidence of bruising on him.
Oh, this is going to be interesting. Hacks if Kavasek isn't going to get behind him of his own accord, he's going to step in front of Kavasek and says, "I cannot allow an innocent sentient to come into harm, whether it is part of culture or not."
You have no business here, artificial thing.
Then it is unfortunate for you that I am here.
And they all draw their weapons, and they look like they're about to attack. So, what do you guys do before?
Can we coerce them?
Whoa, guys. Let's not have anyone get hurt here.
Oh, also too, the Selonian captain says, hand over the mail, and we can help you get back to the surface.
Yeah, can I roll a coercion?
Sure.
Cool. Okay, what would that difficulty be?
1 second while I look it up. It's going to be 2 reds, 1 purple. I'm not going to read it.
Ooh, time to bring in that intimidating.
Yeah, I am going to use my intimidating. Okay, go!
Ooh.
Go!
Wah, wah.
Okay,
Much better.
that's what natural's for, right? Okay, so Eve's just kind of gonna step forward, cracking her knuckles and rolling her head back around her shoulders, and say, "Look, as far as we see it right now, he's in our possession. So unless you want trouble, carry on with your duties or whatnot."
So, you define me as an alpha female?
That's
Oh.
right.
Alpha female versus alpha female. Cat fight.
And so, because of that success, the Selonian captain says, then, by the rights of blah, 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 I challenge you to single combat for the possession of the mail.
Right, bring it on, bitch.
This is going to be fun.
Oh man.
So she waves her hands and forces her underlings. Says they all look like they want to attack, but the fact that you are actually a female that has claimed this male, she will engage in one-on-one combat with you.
Oh, sweet. Eve has been skinned.
Okay, so
The triumph
like a
being
prick in the
that they don't notice that he's done that.
oh, that's a good point, actually.
It's
Um,
dark,
It is dark. We're going
and
to
Aldo's
say,
pretty distracting, bowing and all
what
that.
is your stealth, Gristle?
Oh man.
What do you mean? What is it?
What was that?
Can I not use my triumph for that?
Oh, I see a triumph. Okay, yeah, we'll say the triumph that no one notices.
Fine by me.
And Saber's gonna obviously stand off to the side, but he's gonna see how this goes.
Okay, so the captain moves forward. She's got her glaive, and she says, as a combatant, you are allowed the use of a glaive. Do you accept or choose your own weapons?
So Eve's just gonna raise her fist, say she's ready.
Okay.
Can that count as a defensive stance?
No one
Well-
may understand why, but he nods in approval.
Maybe you can taunt her into trying to, go fisticuffs with you as well.
Oh, I'm going to tell you right now, that's not going to work.
Oh, okay. I guess glaives and everything.
This is a very,
ritualistic combat.
yes, exactly. And the Selonian says, I stand for my queen, the Den Mother, who has all rights to this mail. And who are you to deny this? So this is another part of the ritual, so you have to name yourself. Tensions.
All right. Well, I'm Evelyn Hertz, the random girl who's helping out this quivering pile of fur.
So, Eveline hurts in her terrible basic accent. Prepare to die. So, let's roll initiative.
Oh snap! She's serious.
Um,
So setbacks still apply?
What are those setbacks from?
They were from the darkness?
No, you're in the illuminated cavern, so.
Okay. Let me change my name real quick then so I don't keep thinking about that. Cool, so she goes first, but Since I did have Eve take a stance, could I count that as a defensive stance?
Sure.
Okay, cool.
Okay, here
I mean,
goes.
of course, I'll take the strain for that.
How many? That's 2 setbacks?
Oh, for defense?
Yeah.
She actually has 0 defense, but it will upgrade the check twice.
Okay, upgrade the check twice. So she moves in. She doesn't aim because she had to move in to you.
Mm-hmm.
Upgrades twice. So 2 reds, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, here goes.
Oh, that's perfect. Okay, perfect.
So tell me what happens.
Okay, well, actually, with that despair, since I am wearing the storm charge suit, she takes like 7 or 8 strain. Oh, it doesn't show that on my character sheet though. Can someone pull that up on Ogdudes by chance?
Oh, it's
yeah,
in the
sure.
it's in the long text of it. I'm trying to remember what book it is. I think it.
Well, I know it said in Ogdudes too. It's just not on my character sheet.
So is that... I thought that they have to actually connect. She missed you. So if it was like a success with the despair.
Oh. Actually, yeah, you're probably right then.
Yeah, if they're hit with a melee attack and the attack generates despair.
Okay, that's fair.
I'm going to say with those 3 advantages, I'm going to give her a boost
Perfect.
to the
Damage
next
the
check.
glaive. Like she lunges the glaive towards you to try and spear you, but you duck out of the you jump out of the way, but when you turn around and you just punch the glaive and you damage it.
So does that damage it a step, or how does that work?
I'm pretty sure it would be just a step unless the shock.
So I
does
could
have
give it
a
like that
sunder
permanent
quality.
setback?
Yeah, for the moment.
Would that
the
be allowed,
setback.
Tommy?
Yeah, sure. We'll say that it gives a setback to it.
You could disarm her at the same time with a despair too. Like
No, but I'm thinking for the ritualistic thing, I like the visual at least of like being attacked and just kind of like swatting it away before using the momentum to go in for my own.
Okay.
And then with just like the ribbings on the back of my gloves and everything, it damaged it or something.
Yeah,
works.
it's like the edge. The edge gets like.
She knocks it into the rock, so
Yeah.
it damages it. Okay. That works. Your go, and I'll do the setback.
Okay, so defenses
Oh, yes.
or adversary.
She has adversary 2 and melee defense 1. You can tell the melee defense is from her glaive.
Okay, melee defense 1. Sorry, what was the adversary?
Adversary 2, I believe. Adversary 2, yes.
Okay, so go. Ah, it's worth it. Go. Yes. Okay, natural brawler paid off.
Is that enough to crit with your brawl weapon?
What's more important is it's enough to stagger her for 2 turns.
Oh crap!
Okay.
Yeah. So after essentially just deflecting the glaive away, she just reels in for a punch that really makes her dizzy. Everyone word that, but she is quite dazed at the moment.
Okay. How does stagger... Because even if no damage is done, stagger still works. So give me a narrative way that
Well,
this
I figure if
happens.
you get punched really hard in the head, it kind of takes a minute to get back to your senses.
Especially if you were shocked with it too.
Oh, I know. This is what happens. She actually blocks your shot. She is parrying. However, you punch so hard that the glaive kicks back into her face.
How much is she parrying away?
How much damage can you do?
15.
Oh, okay. So I will update the damage.
And you can parry brawl?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought it was only other
You
melee.
did do some damage, but yes, she is staggered. So staggered for 2 rounds, right?
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
I'll use 3 more of that advantage to knock her down.
Oh, 1 second. I also need to update the strain because she did.
Yeah, sorry. Is that alright? Eve usually attacks in strain damage.
Okay.
I would be doing that still if that's
Yeah, we'll say
applicable
that
here.
when you punch the glaive into her face, it was strain damage. So
Okay. Yeah, and that's how it's going to be from here on. Just
okay.
Oh man,
Yeah,
you're
it's
just gonna
little
start
M
wailing.
melee, not big M melee.
Yeah,
So
you're gonna
I just
start wailing
double-checked.
on her.
yeah. Okay, so yeah, so she's staggered for 2 rounds, which I guess if she has hard-headed, she could try to work out of that. I knocked her down, and I'll just recover 1 strain with that last advantage.
Okay. And yeah, just she's down, so oh, she'll stand back up, but yeah, she's staggered, so that's what she does.
Okay,
She
so I
takes
just get to attack
maneuver.
then?
She'll go into defensive stance because that's a maneuver, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
she'll just have to take strain for that, right?
Defensive stance, yeah, per each rank you're activating, it's a strain.
Yeah.
And just
Or
to take extra
Well,
maneuver,
if you're just
yeah.
taking a defensive stance without the talent, that's 1 step back without anything. You just
Okay.
have to spend
That's what
Sorry,
she's
that's why it's defensive stance versus defensive maneuver, right? Maneuver
Defensive
anyone
maneuver.
can do.
Yeah.
Stance
Yeah.
is just the talent.
Well, it's called taking a stance. That's what makes it confusing.
So here's the
That's
question: she used 2 maneuvers because she was not able to take an action. Does she have to take strain for that?
Oh, that's a good point. So she
is
just stands
huh.
up. She doesn't go into defensive mode.
Okay, so she has an extra setback for that defensive maneuver, right?
She
so
never
now it'd
took
be-
it. She just stood up now.
Yeah, she just stood up, so it's your go.
Oh, okay. But is it 2 red, 2 black, or 2 red, 1 black?
It's 2 red, 1 black.
Okay. I'll take maneuver to aim. Yay! Okay, so that is 17 damage. Do you want me to... What do you want with that threat?
1 second. So 17. All right, so she blocks most of the punch, but yeah,
It's enough to
actually-
knock her down, isn't it?
probably, yeah. It's,
I'm
me
just
1
going to use
second.
my triumph for that, if that's cool.
Okay.
Okay, so that damage, and then she's knocked down, and... Do you want me to take strain for that threat?
Sure.
Okay. Her turn.
She's still staggered, correct?
Yeah, this is the last round.
She stands up again. Done.
Okay.
How are her little broodlings acting over here? I guess they're
Oh,
not.
they're
her
pissed.
but- Yeah.
What? Why? Okay. Go. All right, so
Yeah,
that's
really
another... That's 17 more damage. But I can't activate anything, so...
Let's see.
And has she been taking strain from parrying?
She has.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, I've been updating the sheet, not my token. I'll do that real quick, too. Because Eve has 7 strain right now.
Okay. So now it's her go, yeah?
And she has actions.
All right. She's going to upgrade. She's going to aim. And what's your difficulty? Just 2 purple?
Yes.
Okay.
Did not take any stances this time.
She was just going down so easily, you know. You got cocky.
That's 10 wounds, pierce 4. And she
Pierce.
does crit twice. So it's
Okay.
well, so she crits plus 10 plus vicious, so it's going to be a crit plus 20.
Sorry, but you said 10 damage, pierce 4?
Yes. And I'll roll
Okay.
for that. So crit plus 20. 39.
Anyone have that open?
Yeah, I have it right here.
It's Stinger. Increase the difficulty of the next check by 1.
Oh.
Okay.
And so with that successful hit, I'm actually going to flip a destiny point. Her minions cheer, and she is invigorated by this and regains some strain.
Okay. Cool. Here I go again then. Not gonna aim this time, but I will flip. 2 red, 1 black,
And a
Yes.
purple because of the stinger, right?
and a purple. Thank you, thank you. Okay, go! Oh no!
Ooh.
Let's see.
And you've used your natural brawler, right? Oh.
Yep. That cheering just made Eve angry.
Hmm.
Oh,
What
That's
weapon
so
are you
sad.
using?
backhand shot gloves?
I'm going to say that the backhand shot gloves no longer. The charge has. It's broken for now for the combat.
Okay.
Quick, do some jogging motions.
But yeah, it kind of frazzles out, but you've got advantages.
I do. Ooh, that's a very good point. Okay, so, but you can't use those for like an out of turn or anything. And I'll just recover strain.
Wait, now to turn what?
Oh, sorry, I was thinking like out of turn defensive stance stuff. So no.
You can take a maneuver with extra.
Yeah, you can get a
advantage.
free maneuver from that. Oh wait, it's your turn.
Oh, Doug, no, yeah, of course I can. It's still my turn. I actually didn't take a maneuver though, so
yes.
I'm gonna use those. Yeah, 2 for my fear maneuver, and then I'll just reduce 2 strain.
Okay.
So, yeah, go ahead.
All right, so she's going to aim again, and
And now it's 2 red.
2 red. All right, so that's 10 damage, pierce 4, and she's going to crit once, and she's going to recover 1 strain,
Okay.
and so that's going to be a crit plus 30, and I'll roll that. 34.
34 is stunned, staggered until the end of the next turn.
Oh,
That's actually one of the
uh,
bad one.
Yeah, at that, Saber will subtly make a motion with his hands.
and what are you doing?
I'm going to try to bind her.
Okay, are you sure you want to do that?
I
I mean, I'm just saying,
breaking the ritual of combat. Okay. Eve would have to be much. I would have to see that Eve was about to be killed before I try that. That's a good point. Yeah, breaking the ritual combat's probably not the best idea.
Probably not.
All right,
But she has the upper hand now.
But it is my turn, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, since I can't do much else, I'll just take another defensive maneuver.
She's going to aim. She's going to attack again. So that's 2 red, yeah?
Yes. You keep getting 2 successes.
And so 10 damage, pierce 4, and she's going to crit plus 10. So this is now a crit plus
40, right?
40.
This is getting scary. That's 105.
105.
He's maimed.
Oh, hold on. Hold up.
I really don't think we should interfere.
Well, it might not be that bad, actually.
It's not that bad.
Nice.
Yes, you do not mean the maimed and critical injury. She digs into your shoulder, but it isn't able to cut through the clavicle.
That's good. I feel much better now.
It's your go now.
Okay.
That's
And
the
no
only one I
longer
get to
staggered,
spend,
right?
so don't let her crit anymore.
Right, no longer staggered?
Correct.
Okay.
In retrospect, I may should have used that on. The
Oh, you know what?
stagger.
Actually, she's had a setback this whole time. Let me roll that just to. And no, she could still do everything that she needs to do for that. Just have to remember that setback.
Can you give her a strain back because she used one first to recover a strain earlier?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Every bit counts.
Come on, Eve.
I know. I need to get another hit with advantages so I could. Oh no, I can. Oh, I can kind of concuss. Not as much, but a little bit. And okay, go. Well, I hit.
So how much damage is that?
16.
16. Okay, that's a good hit. She blocks, but stuff gets through. So, whoa.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. Should kill him.
I am kind
Kill
of.
all the Selonians.
No, just the captain.
No, all of them.
Okay. With my
Babush
advantage.
whispering in the background.
Go away. With my advantage, I will concuss.
Okay.
Though
She is
this one
staggered.
be. Yeah, but only staggered for 1 round this time.
Okay.
Yeah. At least I imagine that's how it goes, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That works. And
Well,
for your despair, let me think about this one actually.
Okay.
Gosh, what?
Sorry.
Quiet
So,
Gotham.
I'm gonna say the despair gives you an upgrade to the difficulty of your next check.
Okay.
Oh
though
wait,
I just
have you been
realized.
rolling that. Yeah, that purple was only for that last check.
Yeah, I was about to
Stinger.
say. I just realized. So I can have another advantage for that, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
Good
okay.
roll for that.
Callie, shh. So can I knock her down?
Sure.
Thank goodness we're not using grapple rules. We'd be here all night.
Okay, so in that case, since she's staggered and knocked down, can I assume her maneuvers to stand back up?
Yes.
Baby girl. Okay. In
Hit her
that
again.
case. Yeah, we're just going to punch her again. Do you guys mind if I flip?
Better make
Yeah.
it good.
Please, yeah, make it. You better hit. Yeah.
Okay, so that does 18 damage.
Boop. She is knocked
Uppercut.
out.
Strong uppercut sends her flying.
So
Sure, you can.
she flies backwards into the arms of her minions. We're gonna say that you get her right at the strain threshold, so she can still talk. And so
Okay.
she's clearly impressed. Her minions are very angry. However, she is like, "You have succeeded in ritual combat. I have to, or I no longer have claim of this male. Do what you will. He is dead to our den."
All right. Well, thanks.
So good job.
Eve's got a.
My sensors do not detect that his vital functions have ceased.
And the Selonians, they all spit into the water and say some things in their dialect. But yeah, they.
I hope they did not contaminate their water table.
You know, for this being a ritual and all, they're really poor losers.
As part of the ritual,
Oh.
the male is dead to them. He is cursed. So Kavasek is he's still kind of shuddering, but he's very, very happy and just, thanks you profusely. Or actually, no, he looks a little bit scared of you. Because now, technically, he belongs to you, but he says, what does he say? I'm trying to think. Well, what do you
well-
say to calm him down?
What does Eve say to calm him down?
Well, I hope she doesn't say that.
Or anybody? What
Yeah,
do you
no.
guys say
If
to him?
Eve,
Well, I always wanted a
Eve
man.
would turn it over to Gristle or someone. Eve's not the calm down type. Eve's the like, shut up and stop crying type.
Hax is going to pull out the stim pack from his med pack and give it to Eve, healing 8 wounds for her.
Nice.
Sweet. So she nods in thanks.
Oh, and he's also going to say, I do not know if you did it for my sake, but I appreciate that you used non-lethal tactics.
You're welcome, droid.
All right. So Kavasek looks to you with big Bambi eyes to all of you and says, "Do you know a way to the surface?"
We shall find a way together.
All right. Give me a hard survival check. Just one of you, Chim Chim, I guess.
Lead the
Okay.
way, small fool,
Yeah.
what you
So
call it.
you take a strain, but yeah, you start to double back and you find another tunnel, and you start to see the evidence of civilization. So you've left the crazy underworld behind, and before long, yes, it's a different entrance from where you guys left the city, but it looks like you've gotten close to the Skazmir's Den. So yeah. However, you have a mail with you. Before you guys get into the crowd, what do you guys do?
Does
Oh, and
anyone
actually,
have a cloak?
Kavasek says, I want to leave. I want to leave Selonia.
We can provide transport, can we not? And
I
he
don't
that's
see
what actually
why
says
not.
while looking at the group.
Yes, yes.
And does anyone have a cloak that he can borrow?
I can give him my nomad greatcoat that I usually wear.
Are you sure that's not maybe a bit too small?
It's a great coat for him, so it's a regular coat for the Selonia.
He's a male Selonian. It should still fit him.
And just hacks, give me a hard xenology check.
Sure, why not? I'll flip.
Okay. You know that Selonians also detect via smell.
Well, if we give him my coat, it'll smell like me. And I don't shower very often, so it's a pungent one.
That
All else
works.
fails, can we not claim through the right that he is simply Eve's
Oh,
possession?
that was with another den. Remember, they weren't from Skazmir's den. And
Yeah, but she can still claim it.
Let me put it this way. You guys have an unidentified male that you're trying to leave the planet with. And yeah, that's probably not going to...
Eve, are you ready for more ritual combat with another alpha female?
And
What
I'll
about,
actually go ahead and tell you guys, that was a specific rite for that group of Selonians. You're not sure if the civilized Selonians of Skazmir's Den would even recognize that.
Well, maybe it'd be better for him here. Maybe we could...
No, he wants to leave.
Well, he wants to leave because maybe he's never experienced civilized life.
Something tells me the males are not treated that much better in the den next door.
Kavasek just shakes his head and just says, I want to leave.
There you go.
So what would we need to do to try and mask his scent then?
Oh, the Chim Chim's idea actually does work.
Okay.
We'll say that you guys can give me a difficulty of a disguise check. Choose your own difficulty. I'll upgrade it once.
Skullduggery?
Okay.
Well, I mean, that's what I'm asking.
Yes.
I mean, if we choose our own difficulty, well, I guess not. I was gonna say, could we try to hide him in something?
And actually, I'll even say that you can use survival in this case because you're trying to mask scent as well. So
We also have all the fungi that Alro is wearing. I don't know if it has a distinct odor or not.
Wouldn't that just draw more attention, though? Yeah, he'll smell different, but he'll be a giant glowing Selonian. Well, not
Well,
giant,
but we
but he'll be
cover it with the
glowing.
cloak on top, right? So
that's actually not a bad idea. That's okay. Yeah, that works.
But he'd take damage that would hurt him, right?
Yeah, we don't
Strain
want to
damage.
puking. That's gonna throw some eyes our way.
Well, you can try it, and we'll see what happens.
Maybe Selonians can take it.
Well, they are native to this planet. You guys aren't.
All right, so I guess we'll rub Alro all over him.
You could just take the fungi off and put it on him.
I'm not touching that stuff. You look like you're gonna puke.
All right, well, I guess Hax will do it since I guess it's a good idea and he's a droid. It won't affect him.
We're not asking the Selonian, are we? Are we just picking up Alro and just?
Well, no, you
Leave.
can
We
you can
got
talk
this.
and try to figure this out with the Selonian. So we'll see. Yeah, the Selonian's like, oh, good idea, good idea.
All
So
right.
rubs himself with the spores and then puts on the smelly nomad greatcoat. So yeah, okay. So you guys
I
are
detect will take 3 at least full decontaminations in order for this smell to come off.
all right. So give me the survival check that's going to set the difficulty for the enemies.
Is it just a simple check?
It's a choose your own difficulty.
It's yeah. So you tell me how hard you want to make it for them to see through it. So
What do you guys think? If it's survival, I have 3 yellows. What difficulty do you guys want? We have 3 levels.
we can give a stem application to whoever tries it to at least up their cunning a bit more.
Hmm.
and I will upgrade the check once.
Does anyone have better cunning than 3?
No, I got 3.
Nope, not here.
All right, then.
Shoot me up, Dak.
And we're going to say for the fungus smell cover, we're going to give you 1 boost, and for the nomad greatcoat idea, we're going to give you another boost.
Okay.
So you take 3 strain. I mean, actually 4 strain, isn't it? For
4
the base
strain, I
one?
believe, yep.
Okay, yeah, 4 strain because I didn't want to chance and miss it.
Oh man.
So yeah, 4 strain, but your cunning's now 4.
Okay. Make it we'll just say hard, and then Tommy upgraded it once.
Yeah. I mean, with the boost, you might try daunting. What does everyone else think? Because you're looking at a green, 3 yellow, 2 boosts. The triumph on the stim check, can we use that as a free upgrade? Like he
Sure.
just feels especially cunning for this one check.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah, so
then I'll go daunting, and I'll give him a sniff over. To, make
Yeah,
sure
go ahead and flip. It'll give you another green.
All right, and then I'll give him a sniff over to make sure everything's good.
Okay. So we're going to say that their difficulty is exactly what you guys put. So it's going to be, it's going to be 3 purple, 1 red, 2 setbacks. So you guys come up to several guards, and they kind of look they look at you, and I'm going to do 1 check, and we'll see how it goes. I'm going to upgrade. So that was 3 purple, 1 red, 2 setbacks.
This is our very skinny drawl friend.
Right?
Oh man,
It's
yes.
actually very tall.
So they completely fail, and they have no idea that this is a Selonian with you, a male Selonian. So
This is my son. He's also a Shistavan.
yeah, that's perfect.
That's why he smells so bad.
Yeah.
Chim Chin's older brother, maybe.
Okay, so you guys are able to get through the checkpoint, no problem. And Anything you guys want to do before you head out? Because you still have the whole jewel thing, but at the same
Still haven't
time,
accomplished anything we set out to accomplish here.
Can we swing by the crystal shop to see if Amunet struck again, or?
yeah, sure, you can do that. What do you want to do with Kavasek, though?
Yeah, we'd probably want to take him to the ship immediately, though, right?
I could take him into a bar.
You can just send
Actually-
him back on Godam.
I guess when we're back in town, Gristle will call the guard. They gave him her number, and he'll tell her the tunnel that Almanet went down, and say that the thief might have some kind of lair that way in that direction if they want to check that out.
Okay. She thanks you and also says that Crystals is just posted a notice that they will be closed for the next 2 weeks. It looks like Crystal is heading off planet. So she took your advice.
Good for her.
Sounds like a good idea.
I mean, we can go looking for some of the drugs that we were trying to establish.
I think we have enough Nerian root to last. Axe.
You know, actually, yeah, we can
Right,
do
Crystal.
a check of some sort. What do you, just narratively, what do you guys do? Like, do some of you go to the ship and Gristle stays behind to conduct some of that business, or what?
Yeah,
Axe is certainly just
Yeah, that's
taking
probably how we'll go.
the male Selonian and
Saber would probably stay with Gristle just because we don't know the state of Amunet, and obviously he would want to be around.
Yes.
Uh,
Okay. So yeah, the male gets to the ship and he's just completely fascinated. He actually opens up a bit now that he knows that you guys are actually taking him off planet, and says, "You thank you so much. I always wanted to leave. There was nothing for me there." He actually was taught basic by a infertile female who had a thing for him. Actually, was very soft towards him and taught him that, but he could have been killed had it been known that he spoke that language, because they were from a very xenophobic den. And they even hate Skazmir's den, Selonians. So, yeah, good job. And let's say, give me a negotiation check to see if you can find a Nenarian root supplier here.
Okay. Yeah, I want to find the rarity for you.
Yeah, actually, you get to choose it yourself, and depending on that, we'll say how much you get.
Let's see.
And I will upgrade it once.
The rarity is normally 2, so what should we do here?
I mean, you're trying to find like a basic supply, so maybe an average check, or would you want like try and find like a wholesale supplier?
I want to find someone who's farming this stuff.
Okay. Direct supply. Yeah, that's a good question. I'd say at least hard, maybe daunting if you're feeling aggressive. Saber, of course, will have an unskilled boost of just being your escort for this.
Okay, we'll try daunting just because. We'll see what happens here.
Nice. Okay. I'm going to say that yes, you do find an interested partner. They actually have set aside some area up top in an area that is somewhat sheltered from the harsh elements. And yeah, you have the beginnings of a relationship to start Nenarian root farming. And with that, we will say that we have concluded. Den and Kin, Kavasek is quite happy to be leaving Selonia, and actually Kavasek will be showing up in the future in the real timeline.
So, can we, based on the records, what would the broker's records actually say happened to the other team? Like, was this the team that was massacred by Amunet, or was that
They
just a
were,
part
but
of
not
that?
in this adventure.
Okay.
Yeah. So no, she did not massacre them in this one.
Okay.
But pretty much everything happened almost the same. There was ritual combat. There was another female that stood up. And I'm just saying this because of what you guys did.
Okay.
So we're going to make it as close to canon as possible from what you guys did. So, yeah. And let's talk about XP. This is a shorter mission. So we're going to say that the base XP is 10, but you guys definitely did certain things that worked out. So we're going to say that, I guess we're going to go backwards a little bit. 1 XP for setting up the successful Nanarium route arrangement. You're going to get +2 for getting Kavasek off-world. So it's +1 to get him away from the original, or the first group of Selonians, and then another +1 for getting him out of Skazmir's den. So +2 total. And you guys tell me, what are some things that should get some XP?
Identifying that it was Aminet who was stealing shit here.
Yes, so +1 for identifying Aminet.
Nearly killing a cave worm that I would have killed. You guys let me.
Yeah, I guess no one getting hurt by the cave worm.
Yeah.
happened.
So both Saber and Chim Chim did a great job with that. So +1 for that. I'll also give you guys +1 for successfully navigating the xenophobia of the Selonians through Gristle's flirting. So, what does that put us at right now?
16.
16.
How much was that? Sorry,
16.
16. Okay. Anything else you guys can think of?
Did we already have
Ritual
something?
combat.
Yeah, the ritual combat.
Oh, yes, the ritual combat. So +1 for the ritual combat. That was great. All right, so I think I'm going to lock it down at 17, and you guys get to choose an MVP/MERP.
Yeah, definitely Eve.
Yeah.
All right, well done. So Eve gets the MERP.
Yay. Yeah, it was. You got Saber a little nervous, but I imagine like Saber's like making a motion, and then Eve just glares at him before he actually does.
Oh yeah,
anything.
if Eve had any idea, she would.
I like to
tell him or
believe
not
that
to.
Saber tried to use Bind, but then Eve ended it.
Yeah. All right, good job, guys. I'm going to cut the recording here, but thanks, viewers, for watching, and catch us on the next Shadow of the Broker mission.